Hello, my name's Danny Goad, and it's great to have all you out here today. Botetourt County is considering, the Board of Supervisors is considering changes that will change all of Botetourt County. It's just not just the area around Daleville and Cloverdale. It will greatly impact the entire county. I'd like to just share a little bit. I may seem a little bit scattered in the things I go over with you today, but I think it's essential that we understand really what's going on. You're in the area of Gateway Crossing. Gateway Crossing runs from the Berglund Outdoor Center to the hotel directly across from that. It runs back up to the old Cash Building Supply, across Lee Highway, gets that farm all the way over to 81. It goes up the hill to the Gateway Crossing Road, the new road that's been built in the last 10 years, and it extends all the way through Daleville to the town center and Food Lion. Now, I went to the Planning Commission meeting it's been a week ago Tuesday, and the county made a presentation, the county development department, and they explained several reasons why we need this Gateway Crossing overlay. The reasons given, the primary reason given for the need of the overlay is because there are so many conflicts within the zoning ordinance that it's very difficult to develop the property in the Gateway Crossing. So instead of correcting the zoning ordinance and using good judgment on how things are done, they're going to lay over another level of zoning ordinance, which allows the zoning and development, whichever particular department that is in the county, to make decisions on which zoning ordinances they're going to follow and which ones they're not, which means they will be able to arbitrarily, within limitations, change the zoning ordinance at their desires, a problem they have created that they refuse to correct, and they will be the only ones that can do that. You as a landowner, you wouldn't be able to do that. A developer wouldn't be able to do that. But there's one more essential part that you need to recognize about what this overlay is going to do. When development occurs now, a public hearing is held. And usually, in various forms, there are multiple public hearings held. Typically, there will be a planning commission meeting, and in some of these meetings, a proposal will be presented, and in the subsequent meeting, it will be voted on. Some of them occur at the same meeting. And then likewise for the Board of Supervisors. One of the purposes of this overlay is to eliminate the requirement that there be a public hearing, so that the people will not have the opportunity to say publicly how this development is going to affect them. Now, who are some of the people that can be affected by development? You know, there is a tenet of the law. There's a principle of the law which says I can't do anything with my property where I'm going to hurt my neighbor. So if I decide at 3 o'clock in the morning on my property, I'm going to have a concert and beating drums and waking up all my neighbors, I'm hurting my neighbor. I'm making it so they'll have a hard time going to work the next day. If I pave my entire yard, I'm hurting my neighbor. I'm dumping all my water on my property onto my neighbor. I'm washing his yard out. You ought to have the opportunity to express your concerns when you live in Botetourt County and when development is going to occur. So, but this overlay, this zoning on top of zoning, will eliminate the requirement that there be a public hearing. There's one person here today that I know has millions and millions of gallons of water dumped on their property when it rains due to inappropriate development and inappropriate site development. It has gone on for over 20 years. Is Botetourt County going to do anything to make sure that doesn't happen if you're downhill from development? Well, in the past, it hasn't made them address it. These are serious, serious concerns. At the Planning Commission, one of the staff of the Botetourt County said that they had had 4 proposals for development. What are these proposals? Why are developers going to the county in order to ask about a particular piece of land? Don't you think they ought to be going to the landowner to see if they want to sell their land? The county, this comes down to, what's the purpose of government? The purpose of government is not to be a land broker. They're not the one that everyone has to go through in order to develop a piece of land. And it shouldn't be that way. They should have to be talking to the owner. So when you look around in this area, there are several businesses closed. Some would propose that this overlay will eliminate the problems that would keep these properties from being developed. But I will tell you, you should ask the question, why are these businesses closing? And what role does the Botetourt County Board of Supervisors play in making sure these businesses close? Across the street at Country Cooking, they are closed. At the time they were closing, or sometime before they closed, a truck ran over the median while they were going into Circle K, and they hit the sign that